Hey guys, working in the shop on the 3/4 ton. So what we're doing tonight is I got this old water meth setup that I used to have in this truck. It's actually screwed to the lid of the fuse panel that's under the hood. But we're gonna wire this up. This is just gonna be the temporary one, I think. Not just 100% sure. I want to order some parts and set one up for, I guess, on the cheap for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys aren't going to want to spend a bunch of money on setting one up, especially when you're doing the black diesel thing. But I do recommend running it. So I have to call Devil's Own Water Meth Injection and talk to him whether he'll ship to Canada. They do, obviously, he'll ship in the States. He's from the States. But I don't know if he still ships to Canada. They used to, but I can't on their website, so I have to give them a call. Anyways, we're gonna put this thing in here. It's super simple. I'm not getting carried away. Now, lots of times, so you have a couple options. So you can go right into your windshield washer jug, which is what I'm gonna do for this setup. Or you can do an extra bottle. Like this actually came with the kit, or a kit, or you can get one of these jugs, depending on what you wanna do. But one nice thing, if you wanted to stay cheap on it, is that this is already mounted in there. You can use windshield washer fluid or water and methanol, which works for your windows. And it also has a level sensor in it, which is nice, right? So for now, what we're gonna do is I'm actually just gonna drill, I'm not gonna drill the jug because these jugs are starting to get hard to get. So I'm actually gonna drill a hole in the fill cap, because you can buy new fill caps. So I'm gonna drill a hole in the fill cap on this, and we'll run the hose into it. So we got to do the wiring. The wiring on these things, super simple. This is on this controller. Get this old wire out of the way. Power. So I'm going to run this out of the fuse panel because I already have a power that's on the key. Where is it? Right here, from actually when the fast unit was installed. So that's what you used to turn the fast unit on and off. So that's what we're going to use to run this. Ground. So you just go chassis ground. And then this one actually goes to your pump. So, and then obviously you have to ground the pump, obviously. So what I'm gonna do is this chassis ground, what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna run this inside the cab, and then we're gonna put a toggle switch. I'm not sure where we're gonna put the toggle switch yet. But being that, I'll probably put the toggle switch right here actually, or somewhere in here. And then that just turns the ground on and off, so that, you know, if you run out of water meth mixture, you can turn it off, so you don't have to worry about running the pump dry, because if you run the pump dry, you will kill the pump. So we're gonna do that. We'll get this all wired up and hooked up, and then obviously we have to put the water meth actual nozzle in, and I have a 1 gallon nozzle for it. So it's 1 gallon an hour, so it's a really small nozzle. It's not a big one. And then this unit actually needs a boost reference, so this is the boost reference line. I just got to find a fitting that we can jam in there for our boost reference. So very simple, easy to hook up. Obviously this is not a new kit. I bought this kit this is one of the first kits that I bought in 2010. So this was manufactured 9-month 2010. So I don't know if this was the first kit that I bought. Well, one of the first kits that I bought for myself. I think the first one I bought in, like, I want to say it was 2008, I think, the first one. But anyways, this is what we're using on this for now. And then on this, there is actually adjustments. Hold on, let me throw you in the holder here. Need 2 hands. So you have these 2 little adjustments right here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not. And it basically, you can put your start PSI and then your full PSI. So you can adjust it up and down. This, like I said, this controller is a relatively rudimentary, not super complicated, but nonetheless, it works for what it is. But if you want to stay on the cheap, like I said, I'm going to do a different setup for you guys. Actually, you know what? I might actually do that setup on the short box. Actually, maybe. And we'll do it on that, because I'll basically, you know, just use that as a scramble button. So anyways, let's get after this. I'll throw you in a time lapse and we'll get this thing hooked up. Okay, for you guys that are still watching the video, we basically got this thing all hooked up. I just need to run this wire in underneath the dash and hook it to a switch for a ground. I'm not going to show you guys doing that. Well, I'll show the time lapse, but I'm not going to. I'm basically going to take this wire, bring it into a switch, and then we're going to catch a ground, the main ground off of the dash. So that's what's going to arm and disarm this system. When I turn the key on, it has keyed power right here. So it's just easier to do ground. My opinion, do whatever you want. I had to pull the intake horn off for two reasons. One was the fitting that I had. The only fitting I had was 1/4 inch NPT, not 1/8 NPT. So I had to pull that out and re-drill that, but that's okay because I wanted to adjust the AFC. So that's the reason I come onto regular time again. Is right now we have the AFC kind of in the middle of its road back and forth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it all the way back. Because we definitely have more pre-boost fueling than we need. I just been driving it, I haven't monkeyed with it, but being that I needed to take the intake horn off, it's the perfect time to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that. I'm going to see maybe doing it this weekend, maybe. We'll see. I got so much stuff to do. My nights are filled and my days are filled and my weekends are filled, so I can only do so much stuff. But what I want to do is go out one day and do some tuning. I'll have to get somebody to help me with the camera, but to do some tuning. So I'll spend like a couple hours. We'll drive the truck around, do some tuning. That's probably the easiest way to do it, but just the basic kind of idea. So for you guys that don't know, we did a full travel mod to this AFC with a new spring. And I just set it in the middle just to see how it was going to work. It has a little bit too much fuel down low. The EGTs get out carried away without boost and that type of stuff. So we're gonna pull the AFC all the way back now and see what that does. And we might have to play with the AFC, like the smoke screw, as everybody calls it. But the pre-boost fueling screw. We might have to play with that to bring some of the fuel back in on the low end. But we'll play with that when we get there. So I'm gonna get into doing that. I'm gonna get the intake horn back on, get that wired, and then the water meth will be set up. Now, for you guys, like I said, I didn't want to drill a hole in this jug. Not that this jug is perfect, but these jugs are starting to get hard to find, and it's not completely junk. So I didn't want to drill a hole in it and put a fitting in it because I find that they tend to crack, they go brittle. So you can buy these caps for like $4. So I figured I'll just drill a hole in the cap. Being we're not leaving it this way, eventually, like the black diesel tank that's in the back, I've decided that that tank I don't think is big enough. So we're gonna build a new tank and we'll use that tank for something else. But I'm gonna build a bigger tank, I think maybe a 250 liter tank or so, something like that. And I wanna put this, I'm gonna use this water meth, which is a 5 gallon, I believe these are. I wanna put this in the back of the truck. Now, when we put that in the back of the truck, what I'm probably gonna do, no, I'm not gonna do it on this one. Anyways, I was gonna delete the windshield washer jug itself, but I don't need to do that on this because we'll be driving this in the winter. When we do the water meth in this truck won't have a windshield washer jug up front. It will just have this, and the windshield washer pump we will mount actually inside this jug, like the original style one, and wire it, so it'll actually pump from there up to the front. So yeah, just a little bit something different. And you know, clean up the engine bay just a little bit, just one less thing in the engine bay. So we will do that, but this one I think we'll just leave alone. We'll just buy a new cap for it. So I'm gonna get back into doing this, and we might even do a test. Maybe I'll pull the intake off and we'll do a boost leak check on the truck again, being that we had the intake off, make sure there's no leaks, and then we'll be able to see the water meth working, because I can turn it up, right? So all right, let's get after here. All right, guys, so I got that thing wired, the switch wired up. Don't mind the mess of wires. We're gonna have to get in there one day and clean that stuff up, but it's working for now. We'll leave it alone because it'd probably be at least a 2.5 day job to clean up the wiring on this truck. And to make it really nice, at least 2.5 days, you know, put switch panels and all that jazz in. So we're gonna do it this way for now. We'll do better on the next ones. So this is gonna be the switch on and off. So if we turn it off, the system won't turn on. Turn it on, system will be on. Pretty simple, right? And all that is just a ground signal directly to ground. So we got that piece back in there, everything tight. We are gonna go around to the front of the truck now. Back around on the front of the truck, and we should be able to put the boost leak checker on this. We can put the boost leak check on this thing, and 1, check for boost leaks, 2, we can make the system work. So we will put this back on. Okay, so let's just see how much it squirts out of there. On. So that's how it's coming out. That's with a big nozzle though. But that gives you guys an idea. Oh yeah, we can hear it. That gives you guys an idea. Like I said, that's a much bigger nozzle, like way bigger nozzle than I'm running. But just to give you guys an idea. So I don't know where we're gonna start it. I think actually we're gonna leave it at, it's at 6 PSI. I think we're gonna leave it at 6 PSI and just see how much it uses over the course of whatever, a week. And the mixing that I do for this, if you guys are interested to know, when I'm running water meth, if I was using that jug that we were just looking at there a little while ago, that black one, just I'm pretty sure it's 5 gallons. So what I would do is I would put 1 gallon of methanol in it, and I put 1 gallon of methanol in it, and then I would fill the rest up with water. Myself personally, because I'm not looking to make more power with the system. We're looking for cleaning. You can run 100% water in it actually. You can run 100% water in it if you want. And something else that I do recommend if you are doing that, if you're making it yourself, is put a drop of some sort of dish soap, like 1 or 2 drops. That's what I do. You don't have to, but I found 1 or 2 drops of I found 1 or 2 drops of soap. So I was told, whether there's any truth to this or not, this is just what I was told, keeps the pump lubricated, which only makes perfect sense. If the pump needs to have some sort of lubrication in it, then you can do that. Like I said, completely up to you. So now with those adjustments, we will see how she runs. I think it's gonna be a dog. It was already a dog, but it'll be doggier. So let's get this hooked up, because I just had the one that we were using. I just had it blocked off for now. So we'll plug that in there now. There we go. So that'll squirt into there. We should be good. Right now I am actually making up I'm cleaning some used engine oil, put some black diesel in the truck. I will put a video out, because we're going to be working on setting up the black diesel setup for you guys that are interested. We're going to be working on this week, as well as, like I just did this on the truck. We put the water meth in, got that all wired up. What else did we do? Oh yeah, we adjusted I actually took the fuel plate out because it was limiting. So this is an aftermarket fuel plate, and I forgot about that. It's been so long since I run a fuel plate in anything, is that the fuel plate right here actually will interfere with sliding. If the plate's all the way forwards, sorry, if the plate is all the way forwards, this will interfere with the AFC housing coming back. Hopefully you guys can see that. This piece right here. So if you want to run a plate and you want to run your AFC housing back all the way, you'll have to trim the plate if it's touching. So you just, trim a chunk off the plate. It's not too hard to do. What else are we doing here? Yeah, so we got a bunch of black diesel in the tank. I think maybe I'll show you running on the black diesel here in a minute. and just running off the last. I've done what, five 5-gallon pails, and we've dumped it into the tank. So it's got a bunch in there right now. But anyways, I'll do that, get the truck running, give you a quick shoot on that. And then stay tuned. I am going to show how much stuff come out of this. Oil has been settling for at least 6 months, hasn't been touched for 6 months, other than I just pumped it out, obviously. So we'll see how much crap comes out of the centrifuge after it's sitting 6 months. So that will be a separate video, won't be in this video. So like, subscribe. Oh no, yeah, I wanted to show you the truck running on black diesel. No, I'll do that in the next video. I'll do that in the next video. So stay tuned for, I'll show you that and the truck running on our black diesel. Remember, it's not rocket science.